Hello again, Fibers Within channel. Sunday coming up to midday. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm back again. I've got more videos to do, more underrated songs, way more bands. I've got 3 videos prepared, listed. I've been listening, refreshing the brain, coming up with songs to mention and doing rankings again. This time it's the Mighty Slayer. Okay, let's see. They've got 11 studio albums. I'm gonna mention one underrated song from every studio album from Slayer. Let's go straight to the beginning, and it's Show No Mercy. The song I want to mention here is Cryonics. It's a fast-paced song, very melodic, much more melodic than Slayer would go on to be, becoming much more thrashy. Everybody knows their progression from the beginning to the latter periods. But Cryonics is such a fun little tune. It's got great guitar work like you wouldn't hear in Slayer these days, or well, you did hear, since they've packed up now. The other 2 songs, well, 3 songs actually I want to mention are Tormentor, very good song, Black Magic, which is probably the most famous song from this album, and also Die by the Sword, which is another very cool song. Show No Mercy is a good album. I mean, it's a bit underproduced, but that's the sound of the time, so that's how it is. But it's a fun little album. It's sort of like very energetic. It's more melodic. It's a catchy album. Next album, Hell Awaits. They go into more of their recognised thrash sound. The song I like here is Necrophiliac. It's a fast-paced song. With Slayer, I tend to like only the fast songs. The slow songs don't do a huge deal for me. I know a lot of people like the slow, dark songs, but I just like the rip-roaring songs, and Necrophiliac is definitely one of those. The other 2 songs I want to mention are At Dawn They Sleep and Hardening of the Arteries. Hardening of the Arteries is a fast song, which is typical of Slayer. At Dawn They Sleep has got a little bit of groove to it. It's got a little bit more intricate riffing going on. It's a cool song. Okay, moving on to the masterpiece that is Rain in Blood. The song I want to mention here is Altar of Sacrifice. I think that's an awesome song. The riffs on that are just ripping. It got a nice little melody in it, but it's also an absolute face ripper. I need to mention some more songs, of course. Reborn, that's quite an underrated song and no one talks about. The other songs are the ones that everyone talks about. Angel of Death, Raining Blood, Piece by Piece, all awesome, but Altar of Sacrifice takes the biscuit as the number 1 underrated song there for me. Next album, South of Heaven. The song I'm going to mention is Mandatory Suicide. The album is solid all the way through. I mean, it's a solid set of songs. Mandatory Suicide is the one that sticks out for me. I think it's quite a well-loved track anyway, but I think it's a really cool track. The other 2 songs I want to mention are Read Between the Lies and Silent Scream. Both of them are pretty cool and not really well known. Not that well known in the Slayer discography. I think Silent Scream is more well known than Read Between the Lies, but both good songs. Moving on, next album is Seasons in the Abyss. The song I want to mention here is Born of Fire. It's a fast song. It's a cracking song. I like that one a lot. The album is solid all the way through. Very good album. The other 2 songs I want to mention are Spirit in Black and Hallowed Point. Both fast-paced song. Spirit in Black is a little bit slower, I think, but Hallowed Point is fast. I love those two songs as well. But Born of Fire is a cracking song. Next album they released was Divine Intervention. They're moving into the 90s, a slight change in sound, not so much 80s fixated, still pretty thrashy, not a huge leap that's coming, but a slight movement away. The song I like here is Ditto Head. It's just a short, blistering song. Everyone knows it. I mean, it's a mental song. I love that speed. I just love anything with speed. It's just better for me than mid-paced or slow. The other two songs I want to mention are Mind Control and Sex Murder Art. I think they're both pretty cool songs. Nice songs. Sex Murder Art has great riffs. It's a cool song. But Ditto Head for the underrated song. That's mental. Right, now we move on to the era of Slayer which I don't like. Diabolus in Musica. I listened to this album this morning, not in full but skimming through, and it was hard going. I couldn't find a lot going for this album. I picked out two songs that are possibly a bit underrated, but I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel with this one. The songs I picked out were Perversions of Pain and Point. Yeah, they had some cool riffs here and there. They were okay, I guess. But as a whole, I couldn't get into that album at all. The next album, God Hates Us All, is a little bit better, but still I couldn't get into the album. The only two songs which I sort of, it's okay. Well, the final song, Payback, is sort of more normal classic Slayer, but still not amazing. And the opener, Disciple, is okay as well. In between, I don't feel any love towards God Hates Us All or that period of Slayer at all. The next album they released was Christ Illusion, which was a move back into classic Slayer territory, using more thrash riffs. The production was not new metal or groove metal influenced. It was more of a classic sound, more of an 80s sound, slight throwback. Just getting there, moving towards that direction. And it's a good album, Christ Illusion. There's some good songs on there. The one I want to point out most is Catalyst. I think it's the second song on the album. Yeah, that one's got great riffs. It's got a great groove. It's pretty up-tempo. Like I said, I gravitate towards up-tempo thrash. Mid-paced thrash, yeah, it's okay, but up-tempo is where it's at, right? We need the fast riffs. The other two songs I want to mention are Supremist and Conspiracy. Both of those are excellent songs. I really like both of those. Very good songs. Jihad, not a huge fan of that one because it slows down again. But obviously you got to slow down sometimes. I mean, not every album can be Raining Blood and Hell for Leather non-stop. But Christ Illusion is a move back into the right direction. The next album that they released, their actual penultimate album, second to last, is Well Painted Blood. It's an okay album overall. To me, it's not as good as Christ Illusion was. It's sort of a little bit more of the same, but slightly inferior. The song that stands out there for me as being underrated is Hate Worldwide. I can't even say it. I think it's a good song. It's got some cool riffs. It's pretty fast, up-tempo, very aggressive. It's a good song. The other two songs I want to mention are Psychopathy Red, which is a fast song. That's good. That's what I like to hear. And the final track, Not of This God, which is quite a good track as well. Well Painted Blood it's an okay album. It's Slayer doing latter day Slayer. It's sort of like a mix between really thrashy and slight of the later period, the groove period. And finally, Repentless. the final Slayer album, the ending the Slayer reign, if you will, as Thrash Kings. A lot of people didn't like this album, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was quite good. I mean, I liked it more than Well Painted Blood, and I think I even liked it more than Christ Illusion a little bit. So I think it was a good album. The song that I'm going to choose as being underrated is You Against You. It's sort of very aggressive, very fast. It's pretty thrashy. It's a cool tune. It's like, I like Tom Araya's vocal on that song as well. The other, I want to mention 3 more songs from that album. The other song I really like that's underrated is Atrocity Vendor. I think that's a pretty catchy, thrashy song. The opener, Repentless, the single was pretty good. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty cool, thrashy. Implode is also a good song as well. I like Implode. So there you have it. There's underrated Slayer songs. Let's quickly recap. Cryonics, Necrophiliac, Altar of Sacrifice, awesome. Mandatory Suicide, Born of Fire, Ditto Head, Maniac song, Point or Perversions of Pain from Diabolus. I mean, either one, I don't know. Payback from God Hates Us All, Catalyst from Christ Illusion, Hate Worldwide, and You Against You from the latest, and the final Slayer album, Repentless. And finally, a quick ranking of all the Slayer discography. Coming in at number 11, no prizes, no guesses, no prizes for guessing. Diabolus in Musica, last. God Hates Us All, 10th. Not my cup of tea. 9, Well Painted Blood, okay. Christ Illusion, number 8, a little bit better. Repentless, number 7, not bad. Divine Intervention, number 6, pretty good, okay. Hell Awaits, number 5. I know a lot of people love Hell Awaits, and we will be wondering why it's at number 5, but having listened to it again, I don't know, I thought it was good. It's very good, it's fast, but it didn't grab me like some of the others. Number 4, South of Heaven, it's a good album. Number 3, Show No Mercy, catchy old school debut. They never made another album like that again with that much sense of melody. Number 2, Seasons in the Abyss, a good album, very good album even, I should say. And number 1, of course, Rain in Blood, ultimate thrash metal album. Possibly the best thrash metal album of all time, but I still give that to Megadeth. I have to. It's Rust in Peace. I have to. So, Rain in Blood, it's in the top 3 for best thrash metal albums of all time, maybe, with Master of Puppets as well, and Justice for All. So there you have it. That's my Slayer underrated songs and album rankings. 2 more videos to record today and then upload. Okay, stay tuned.